want to play hide and clap?
Hey guys, so I'm going to attempt to do Annabelle the doll from the Conjuring. I did it before and then my camera died and I had to go somewhere, so I had to take it all off, but it kind of worked out for the better because I found an easier way to do it. So let's begin. So you want to start off with a really clean face, and I did buy face paint, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a foundation with medium to full coverage, and I am just going to put that on my palm, and then I am going to add a tiny bit of black face paint to it. The reason that I'm using foundation is because I used the face paint and it dried up so bleh. So yeah, just mix that on your palm like that. And I'm trying to get an ashy color, a bit sickly. If it's too dark, which mine is, I'm just adding a little bit more onto it, and then I am mixing it through again. And it's going to be a really disgusting color, but that's alright. We're not trying to look pretty. So yeah, mix that through. And I'm just going to put that on. And then I'm just applying it with a foundation brush. And you can let that dry, and you can apply another layer over it if you want more coverage. So let's just let that dry. So I've let that dry, and now I'm going to go over it with one more layer, and this one is more of like skin tone. It's a bit lighter than the one before. So I'm gently gonna brush that on, just wherever you need a bit more coverage. Don't worry too much about the forehead, because if you're going for the actual Annabelle look, you will get a wig or you'll have a fringe, and that will cover that up anyway. Let that dry. Having some paper towels is really handy as well, because it will get messy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some contouring, and I'll be using a black eyeshadow. You can use any black eyeshadow. I'm just going for a matte one from this palette, which is honestly my favorite palette. You can do anything, any look with this palette, and it's really cheap. This has lasted me like 3 years easily. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of thin out my nose, slim it out I mean. So yeah, I'll make them harsh for now just so you can see. So something like that, and then you want to blend it out. Okay, next we want really deep set eyes, so we are going to create the illusion by applying it here. If that's way too harsh for your liking, you can go back with the brush that you used for that, for the base, and you can just go over it and kind of erase what you don't like. It's by dabbing it on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, she's a haunted doll, and again, we're not trying to look pretty. So yeah, just like that. And then now we're going to do some contouring on the cheeks. So we're just going to use that black eyeshadow, and we're going to take it down here. Okay, it is messy, but that's alright, because we will go over it with that same brush and we will just dab like that. dab over it with any leftover product, and there will be a bit. So like that. And you can do the same with the nose as well if you want to, just to like soften it up a bit. There we go. So now onto the eyes. What I'm going to do is I am going to line my upper lash line because I will be applying fake eyelashes. So I'm just going to take my trusty little W7 Paint the Line paint pot in black. You can use anything. You can use like a pencil, you can use liquid. I just like using the gel eyeliner because I feel like I have more control over it with whatever brush I want to use. Now what we're going to do is apply the lashes. So I've just got these ones and I got them from the $2 shop. They're $2.50 and yeah, they just seem really doll-like to me. So I'm going to do that now. So all I have done is applied the eyelashes. I've gone over the contouring again by just reapplying, dabbing with the eraser brush and reapplying, and I have taken it down a bit. Yeah, sometimes it will look a bit muddy, so just keep dabbing on to blend it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the lashes with eyeliner again. I did get these lashes from the $2 shop and they are quite good. Like the glue is pretty crap, but I should have used my own glue, and yeah, you can just buy another glue and they'll be fine, honestly. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to make my eyes appear bigger, and I will be doing that by using my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk with the end of an old eyeliner brush. I will be putting a little bit on there, and then I will just what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a random angled brush and I'm going to go into a medium to dark brown eyeshadow color in matte, and I am going to create a fake shadow which will make it appear as if that is my real eye, the white part anyway. So I'm just going to take that all along. Like that. And now, so that's what it looks like. It's very patchy, but I mean, the lighting's crap. Can we just blame it on that? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do my eyebrows. So I'm just going to brush them out a little bit. And fill them in a tad bit with a dark brown. You can, oh well, it depends what color your eyebrows are. Just a little bit like that. I'm not going to be putting any eyeshadow onto my eye because she doesn't really seem to be wearing any, and I just want to keep it a bit more natural than the look that I did before, because that was OTT and it did not look good. Okay, so just as expected, my eyelashes are falling off, but again, you're a haunted doll, everything's going to fall apart eventually. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do my cheeks, and Annabelle has very round rosy cheeks, so I'm going to take a cream blush, and this is from Almay and it's in the shade Primrose. I'm not sure if they still make it, but yeah. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger like that, and I'm going to smile and just dab it on. try to keep it as circly as you can. Just like that. Next we are going to do the lips, and she's got like weird black stuff around her mouth, so I'm going to do the same, and I'm just going to use the same black powder for the contouring and all that stuff. So remember your eraser brush. It will come in handy. Whoops. It will come in handy. So I'm just going to soften it out a little bit. Like that. Then I'm going to take a cheap red lipstick, which I got from the $2 shop as well. It looks like that. And just apply that on. Like that. So yep, that's what we did. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that black eyeshadow which we used for the contouring, and I am going to kind of take it down like that to create bags. Another thing is I blended this out and I added a little bit more blush, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hot pink one like this one, and I'm going to dab it on over the top of that just to make it a bit pinker. Like that. And then I'm going to use our eraser brush and just blend that out a little bit. Even put a little bit over the top. Okay, now I'm going to use the same brush that we used to create the fake shadow under our eye, and I'm going to use a little bit of black. You can use a smudge brush as well. I'm going to use a little bit of black, and I am going to take that under. I'm going to make a little flick. I'm going to take it out a little bit. And you want to do the same on the other eye. About the lipstick, her one is quite messy, so don't be afraid to just shove it on. Don't worry about precision. Ew. So now that that's done, I'm going to put some fake blood and some fake cups on my face using this old eyeliner brush with the same eyeliner that I've been using. Okay, so she's got one really prominent cut and that's on her chin. So I'm just gonna make a random shape, just really random, and fill that in. She has a couple on her nose, which are basically just like really random. Put one there, like that, and it's got one on like here. Okay, and then now I'm going to do some fake blood, an old eyeshadow brush, and mixing some red face paint, and this is just the one that I got from the $2 shop. Some red face paint, a little bit of black face paint, tiny bit, just so that it can look more dried up, a bit darker, and a little bit of water. and I'm just mixing that all in my palm like this. Make it quite watery so that it can drip a little bit, but enough that it can still stay on your face. So you get something like that. Just play around with how much red you use. Only a tiny bit of black is enough. Okay, so then I'm going to dip my brush in some water, and I'm going to get a little bit of that, and I am just going to place it randomly. Just like that. The sloppier the better. And then I'm going to dip my brush in some water again and put that over where the blood was, and then you'll see it starting to drip, and that's what we want. And then do the same the other one. So now I am going to apply a wig, and this is just a wig that I got at the $2 shop because I am cheap like that. And it has a fringe, but if you get a blonde wig, you can just cut your own fringe if it doesn't already have one. Or if you're going to use your own hair and you have a fringe, just do that. If you're blonde, that's great. And I got some red ribbon, and I will just put that on now. I just tied my hair up in like a little bun, so it's going to look really weird. Okay, try to get it as neat as you can. It doesn't have to be like ultra neat, but yeah. Just try to get it in place. Divide into two, and then start plaiting it. This is actually what my hair looked like when I attempted to go blonde. It went so coppery. It was terrible. And it was like the same colour as well. This one's probably in better condition than that was though. Okay. And then fix the fringe up. I've got all these random hairs coming off, and I'm not going to use this again, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a cut so it's out of my eyes, till you have something like that. Okay, next up, something that I'm really nervous about, contacts. I went with zombie grey contacts. I have never put contacts on ever in my entire life, so I am kind of nervous about this, but let's hope my camera doesn't die, and let's see how this turns out. For outfit ideas, I think that a really old kind of wedding dress, kind of dolly dress would be perfect if it's white or like cream. I couldn't find any today, so I'm just wearing this. And if you use the same ribbon to wrap a little bow there as well. I better read through this, so I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, so I finally finished. It literally took me 3 hours to get my contacts in. I got one in after 2 hours, and the other one I had to actually video call my friend who wears contacts to ask her how to do it and how to help me. I did actually redo my makeup because it took me so long to put the contacts in that it was just like a terrible mess. So I tried to recreate everything like I showed you guys how to. Everything is pretty much the same. Yeah, so this is it. I hope you like it. I hope it's helpful, and I hope you give it a try, and if you do, please show me. That would be really cool. So thank you for watching.